Okay, let's solve this lab. Okay, so sudo tcpdump, and remember we are parsing the capture.pcap file, which is located here. Let's go for verbose mode. And now, so first of all, it's a DNS response. DNS always operates over protocol UDP. So we'll have UDP here. It's going from Nginx. So source host is 172.17.0.2, and it's going to Kali Linux. So we can say, and destination host is 172.17.0.1. What else? And this is originating from port 53 on Nginx. So we can also say and source port 53. So by doing all of these checks, like is it originating from this specific source, this specific destination, and this specific source port, you're very specific and you're going to get the exact result. Otherwise, this file may have, maybe dozens of other entries as well. So we see there have been two replies. So one was against example.com and one was against google.com. And we also see the resolved IP addresses. This was the IP address that Nginx container gave back to Kali Linux. If you want to go to example.com, you can go to this IP. If you want to go to google.com, you can go to this IP address. Perfect. Now the next part of the challenge, which is the actual challenge. So first of all, you know that your Nginx container has tried to go to Google's DNS servers to resolve a malicious remote command and control station's name so that it can get the IP and start communicating. So once again, we do sudo tcpdump, then we want to read from this file, which is tcpdump/capture.pcap. And then we know that this is a DNS query, so it will always use protocol UDP. It's originating from Nginx, so we're going to say and source host is 172.17.0.2, and it's going to destination port 53. Okay, and destination port 53. So let's do that. Perfect. So we found out that specific entry. So remember, when you're using tcpdump and doing some sort of investigation, you want to be as specific and as precise as possible. So in this case, we found out that Nginx container basically contacted Google's DNS server and asked it to resolve the IP address for this remote malicious server. So perfect, we got the name of the malicious server. Moving on to the second step. We also want the DNS response from Google. So we're going to use sort of like the similar command, but with a few differences. Okay, so once again, it will be UDP. We don't know Google's DNS server IP, so we can ignore that. And then it's coming from source port 53 and source port 53 and going to Nginx container. Okay, and destination host 172.17.0.2. Okay, it looks like we got the answer, but we didn't use the verbose mode. So let me go back and add the -v flag. Excellent. So now we see exactly the response from Google's DNS server to Nginx container, and it is originating from port 53. And here is the actual resolution. So remote.malicious.ru basically resolves to 203.0.11.66. So perfect, you have completed your lab.